Hello, my name is Natalie Garnica and welcome to the Love Revolution. This is a vlog intended to open up discussions about issues and topics related to love and deep connection. Because as our surroundings change, so should the way we think about love and deep connection. So, let's break down our walls, let's get a little uncomfortable, and let's build each other up as people that actually care and love. Revenge. There's so many people that say, revenge is so sweet. But I actually want to disagree with that. Revenge is actually a very, very ugly feeling to want to accomplish. Because usually, even after you do get your revenge, even after whatever justice you think was served, doesn't always feel good afterwards. And I think it has to do a lot with because that initial feeling of pain, that initial feeling of anger, of being lost and in solitude, it doesn't go away just because you supposedly get your justice, right? But that's the problem. People think that because they caused pain to the other person or the other party that initially created the pain, that's justice. It's not. Creating and causing just as equal pain as the initial person created only makes you as equally unbeautiful, like not beautiful. And again, my whole point of these topics is again to see where we can stem our intentions from a loving place. And what initially even triggered this conversation for me was recently I had a girlfriend who was cheated on. And as time has gone by, instead of her finding peace in herself in order to learn to let go of this past, she has now built this, in a sense, obsession to want to cause just as much pain or misery or anger in the person that created this pain towards her. And as I see her do it, it makes me sad. It makes me sad because instead of her moving on with her life and living happily, deep down inside, it's just like she's dwelling on this feeling of pain and anger. And I want to remind everyone that I will always say love is a choice. Don't ever forget that. Love is always a choice. We have the ability to choose to wake up every day and be like, you know what? I'm gonna love today. And to be honest, you guys, it takes a lot more energy to feel angry. It takes a lot more energy to hold a grudge. And who are we to be the ones to cause the pain back, right? See, like, this friend of mine, she was specifically cheated on, and she has chosen to, instead of just moving on, to find a way to again seek her own justice, right? But in the end, is it making her really happy actually? It's only creating more hurt into this world, right? And by dwelling on it, it's only creating more pain in her because, again, she has a choice to just move on. Like, instead of just believing in herself and knowing that she is worth it, and not wasting any more energy on something that is not healthy for her, she has now tried to find ways to like prove to the world or prove to herself that she is strong, that she is worth it, that she is beautiful. But the problem is, like, we don't need to prove that to anyone other than ourselves. That's the truth. So, again, we have that choice to let go of things, you know. But one of my friends told me, like, yeah, you're right. That's true. Revenge is never cute. It's not a good look on anyone, trust me. To see someone like obsessing over hurting someone else or just trying to get them to feel that same feeling that you feel, it's really, it's just sad, you know? Like, why not just understand that the other person didn't understand? And instead of being upset, just being like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay because you will not define me. It's okay because there's a life beyond this moment. But what about those people that, let's say, had someone in their family or loved one killed? You know, my friend told me, like, what about those people? Are you going to tell me that, in a sense, like, killing someone is not worth getting revenge for? They're like, this one person that's running the streets as a murderer is not worth, in a sense, getting that revenge. And I think that that's where, of course, there's exceptions to every rule, right? Because this person's like out there taking lives. And if you want to sit there and compare, well, if a cheater continues to go out into the world, like, I should be able to like stop them and protect other women from being hurt, and it's like, no, actually we're not. It's not our duty. Because being cheated on, being lied to, and growing from that, it's part of life. And we're not going to die from it. It's only going to make us stronger. But actually killing someone, murdering someone, raping someone, now those things are things that actually can kill a person physically. So again, so in this sense, I guess I'm just trying to figure out, at what point do we really have the choice to just take whatever life experience of pain we experience and just digest it, try to understand it, really view it from an outside perspective, and just choose to love and still be happy regardless. And then what are those other situations where we can actually seek justice? So really trying to figure out that difference between justice and revenge. And I think revenge is, again, those moments in which it really only affects us as an individual. And yet we feel like we need to go out there and make that one thing or one person feel the same way, you know? I think that's revenge. It's like you're intentionally have the choice to just move on. And then justice is that one thing that can affect more than like a whole community of people. And for example, like my friend had said, like, okay, well, what about Hitler? Like, were we not supposed to kill Hitler? Were we not supposed to get revenge for all the things he did? And I'm like, you know what? You make a good point. There are exceptions, and that's one of the things, because again, his effect on a whole community of countries. That's where justice needs to come in. But then again, I guess someone could sit here and say like, okay, well, a cheater, a guy who will continuously just go on and hurt a woman, from woman to woman, lie and cheat and make them feel bad. Well, yes, but are they dying? Is it going to affect the way you work in your career? Is it going to do any of that? No. It's not, I think it's better to just remove yourself from the situation, which I think is another key difference, where revenge, again, you have a choice to remove yourself from this situation, from this choice, and just continue to live a whole different life. But when it comes down to justice, these are situations where people are either just found in these unpredictable circumstances, such as a woman just simply walking down the street and then she gets raped, or again, back to war, where these people are stuck in a country and have to just deal with the unfortunate circumstances of their lives. See, that's where justice comes in, because it's, again, there's no choice. But if you have the choice to love, to remove yourself, to actually just sit and understand and forgive and move on from whatever pain you felt, then go ahead and do that. Please love. And another main reason why I say this is because when I was younger, I was one of those people that if you hurt me, I wouldn't go into a corner and cry. I would actually hurt the people that I loved by giving them jabs and like really putting them down, so then they can feel that feeling of anger or sadness that they just made me feel. And it was like a form of protection for me. But that's not coming from a loving place. If anything, then both parties are now feeling angry and sad and hateful, and for what? No one wins when things end like that. And it's actually really sad. Then you end up feeling shitty yourself. Then you look back and realize, dang, I became the same monster that they are. My sister would call me a poison. I was a poison. Because I would just drill my words and my anger into that person and make them feel so sad and ugly. And I'm not proud of it. I say it because finally one day I realized, you know what, Nat? You have a choice to really remove yourself from any circumstance where you're feeling pain, and just try and understand why this other person is behaving the way they are, and just know that they're either just lost or hurt themselves, and that no one's going to respect you more by causing pain. If anything, they'll respect you more by really coming at it from a different perspective, from a loving perspective, because it's really hard to hate someone who just loves. So that's what I choose, and I hope you do too. And I know that this topic can be really controversial for some people, that some people may want to justify their anger. And if you do, let me hear it. I want to hear why it's so important for you to seek revenge, why that is the ultimate goal, and how you really believe that's going to make you feel better. Or please explain to me, have you ever actually succeeded in your revenge scheme and felt good about it? Have you ever felt like, oh yeah, I did this to them and it felt so good? It's like, really, did you really get your ultimate outcome? Because that person that hurt you first now hates you still. They still don't respect you. And in the end, you're going to have to live with yourself knowing that you just did the same thing to them. Just food for thought. Because again, we have a choice. It just takes too much energy to feel angry. Just let it go. My favorite quote that I've been using, it's not even a quote, it's just a line. My favorite line that I've been using for the past 2 weeks is, it's just not that serious. It's not that serious, you guys. No matter how much you think that it's like life or death, unless you're really in a circumstance where it's life or death, and it's just not that serious. So, I really want to hear what you have to say. I look forward to your comments. And again, remember, this is to open up discussions. So please, please, please let me know what you're thinking. Until next time, have a loving day.